Okay guys, we got a suspected 2001 Yamaha Warrior 350 and it has several different issues. The main issue right now is it doesn't have any spark. The customer brought some components already, like a new coil, stator, and some things like that. So I've already tried switching the coil and that didn't solve the problem. He wants the stator installed no matter what, so I'm going to start stripping this down. I got a connection up in here I got to get apart. I got to get the tank off. Also, probably going to put on the original carburetor because we think this is an aftermarket. So anyway, forgive my sexy summer attire. It's hot as crap out and hot and humid. It's supposed to storm later. I got the AC on in here. Got a little window unit, or a big window unit. So anyway, I got to get this thing stripped down so we can get to the nitty-gritty. So I thought I'd take you along. People will always want to see some different content. So you're going to get to see it. You're stuck. Yeah, that's what I thought. There's usually one. And this one's always rusted up. The other one's probably already broke off. These usually snap off. Oh boy. Yeah, they put them down in the bottom of the battery box. And that's like the worst place to put a bolt because they always rust really bad. Water gets in there. I'm going to give it a little soak. This is when you put a hand tool on it. So you can feel if you're snapping it off or not, because we don't want to snap stuff off. We don't do that at Dragon Works. Back and forth a little bit. Hold on 1 second. I've been having a little trouble with that ratchet. I guess it's seen better days. Grab an extension. Anyway, like I say, customer brought me all kinds of parts that he wants replaced. Roller for the chain. Like I say, I think he had some trouble with that carburetor. And I imagine it's a knockoff and not a original. She's coming. Woo! Ugly in there. Won't be no mistake in that bolt where that one goes. We'll try to clean it back up before we put it in there. Look at that, it's like magic. Sometimes, I tell you, stuff just don't want to cooperate. All right, get something to cut this fuel line fastener. Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. Otherwise known as a zip tie. There we go. All right, let's see. Are we going prime or off? Why would this have prime if it has no vacuum? I guess that's aftermarket too. Yeah, it says prime and it has no vacuum line, so therefore it wouldn't need the prime. Okay. Smells like old gas too. Wonder how long it's been sitting. I didn't hear nothing about it sitting for a long time. So anyway, guy bought it from somebody, probably Craigslist or something like that, and same old story. Seemed to run great. What are these damn crickets getting in here? It's that time of year. Get out of it. Get on, cricket. Look, you don't know which way to go. Same old story. Buy something online, runs great. When you look at it, you get it home, it won't run anymore. Kind of a situation like that. And something about it, they were riding it and took a little break or something and went to fire it back up, and it was a no-go. Oh yeah, we do have some there. Okay guys, if it was a snake, it'd have bit me. Try to put them bolts back in where they go. I usually try to do that. There's an insert for the plastic. Fell out. Always something falling out. Probably another one falling out here in a second. All right, now we're getting down to the bones of it. I just set this stuff aside, and later on I put it on the shelf. Real nice. Because I'm always excited about getting in there and getting to work. There it is. Oh, this one had the piece to it. Front, there it is. Hidden again. Yeah, you also got to put up with the air conditioned noise. I've got a big window unit. Did I already say that? I don't know. Maybe I did. Got a big window unit stuffed in the door there. It's hot and humid. I can't be sweating all over these people's bikes. I did it for many years, and I tell you, it just don't work well. Sweating and working on people's stuff. Hey, look at this extension I got going on. Alright, let's get a screwdriver. See what else that's all told with that. Stand by. Y'all like coming along with the Dragon? Light work. Yeah, I guess working on this stuff, I don't know, some people say it's old age, but it seems to me like all the years I've worked on this stuff, not well lit in these damp, dark shops, looking at this little stuff, it's kind of took a toll on my eyesight. But like I say, all my friends and family say that I'm just getting older. I don't know. I think it's pain and suffering all these years for people. Oh my. I'll get over it. One day I'll retire. For real. I don't know. I like doing this stuff. Bear with me. It's going to be a fight. gonna be a struggle. All right. Once again, set that out of the way. Later on, I'll be putting it on that shelf over there with the rest of the parts that he brought me. I've got a connection right here that goes down to the stator that I want to get unplugged. I'm going to remove this cover and I'm going to swap out the stator because he got a new one from Rick's, which is really, really good stuff. I'm going to get a little brush here, brush that dirt off. One way to do it. Excuse me. One wire comes up, 3 plugs. Can't be easy. Oh, that thing fell apart. I had some harsh chemicals on it lately. Okay. Yeah, you can use little tools to get these and whatnot, but seems, now this one's backwards. Okay, let me, like I was saying, you can use little picks and whatnot. Over the years, I have acquired the skills to be able to do it without, but every once in a while, there's one that just won't give up. Isn't that the case? All right. Let's see. Oh, I did bring that. All right. Once again, like I say, folks, now that you might be able to hear me better, sorry about the fans. I'm not sure what it sounds like yet on the recording. Probably not the best. But I got a fan running and an AC running and I'm still sweating. Not much, just a little, but I'm trying to keep rolling. I usually try to break some of these bolts loose here by hand. That way you kind of know. Excuse me once again. The tool is always on the opposite side, so just remember that. Whatever you need, don't even look down. It's on the other side of the ATV over there. It's not going to be where you need it or where you left it or anything like that. It'll always go to the other side. Okay, behind the magic cover, we're going to have a bolt that is not going to want to come out. Okay, so there is a seal there. I'm probably going to, I'm going to have to order that seal for the customer. I don't think he got the seal. He did get the gasket, so that's unusual. Usually they don't, what is that, maybe it's 17? They don't usually remember the seal. Half of them don't remember the gasket. But this fella did. All right, stand by with me 1 minute. We got a runaway socket. It's on the loose. Well, that's not the one I thought it was. Hold on, folks. I don't know if I lost my mind or lost my socket. That's odd. Well, let me see if that's what size it is first. Maybe it's a 19. Nah, of course that's the size, but that's not the right socket. Okay. Where could that socket be? I'm just going to have to use this one. Okay, found the socket and I had to pause the video because I wanted to turn on the air compressor. Hot damn. Talk to me, baby. All right, so we busted the nut. Really a bolt. Like I say, it's just good practice to break these loose by hand. I'm sure it's okay, but I want to show good working practices. Once you know they're all going to come out and not snap off inside the engine case. Let's see, I'm going to need to stand by. Man, I can't believe these crickets this time of year. They're everywhere. They sneak in the shop and they hide. There we go, just nice and gently. There's a seal in there and there's splines. Let's see here. We have no particular marking whatsoever. So why they put them on there, once upon a time they had pull starts. Not so much on this bike, but that's what these were all for. And a lot of times they keep the same cranks. All right, so that's got a seal in it right there, an O-ring. And then there's a seal right here in the cover. These are really important because these are always neglected. Boy, that one's wore down too. Not too bad. Got a little bit of a ridge in it. You got to watch them because that's where they leak. And once again, this had no particular markings or any way that it goes on there, so it's just in there for the seal factor. But once upon a time, this is where you had a pull start, and for some reason they just keep designing them that way, and I guess sometimes they could use a pull start, like in a model or something. People always say, oh, you got to keep these bolts in order because some are longer, some are shorter. If you can't see that with your own eyes, then you should quit working on this stuff. It's obvious this is shorter than this over here. This is longer than that there. So, yeah, you get the idea. You can figure that out, trust me. But they are right. It is a good idea to keep them in order, especially if you're an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's going to maybe be a little bit of oil out of here, but the sump is deeper, so it shouldn't be a lot. Let's first make sure you have all your bolts out. Believe it or not, it's coming loose. But this has a, oh, there we go. This has the pull. It's a lot more than I was hoping, but that's one way to change your oil. So now you know. But yeah, what I was saying is, it has a magnetic pull there. Here we got a shaft that's supposed to stay in here into the starter gear there. Got a starter clutch on the back. Oh yeah, she just wants to keep on coming out. So what I'm thinking, and it may look like it too, maybe, just maybe, here, let me dump this out a little bit. There's your signal coil where it's supposed to spark on top dead center every time. Right here, actually. This may be the lighting coil. But yeah, here's a sensor that picks up top dead center every time and tells it to spark. They're integrated into these stators through all these wires here. And sometimes that's all that goes bad is that little signal wire. Sometimes you can, or sensor. Sometimes you can just replace those. You can find them that way, but a lot of times they come as a kit. So that's what we're after. We're going to change this stator out and signal coil and all that kind of stuff. Everything else looks good in here. Don't need to worry about anything there. So anyway, that's taking it apart. I think I'll stop the video here, and I'll probably go ahead and drain the oil out so I don't have this out of the sump, which I was going to do earlier, but I was trying to hurry on a video and I wasn't hoping we didn't get that much oil. I think it might have been over full, or they were telling me, see, they think this is an aftermarket carb that's no good, and they think it was flooding the engine. So I don't smell much gas. Well, maybe I take that back. I got a feeling that that sump was a little over full. They think that carburetor's been overflowing. And what happens is you see this angle right here, instead of coming out the air cleaner like it will on most bikes, the float will let it overfill and it just goes straight in the motor. That's not good, folks. All right, check out part 2, 2000 Yamaha Warrior 350.